When you're an entertainer on a cruise ship, it's both your workplace and your home. Now, Claire Sweeney spent a good deal of her early career aboard the good ship Oriana. So we decided to send her on a trip down memory lane. In the meantime, you have got just enough time to enter and possibly win our competition. So here's a reminder of that question and where you could be going. Well, what are you waiting for? Pick up that phone and dial. And we will, of course, be letting you know whether you've won or not before the end of the show. And we've still got all of this to come on Wish You Were Here Today. Welcome back to Wish You Were Here Today. Now, even though it's smaller than Scotland, Costa Rica is one of the most biodiverse nations on the planet. In its national parks, you'll find volcanoes, forests, mangroves, beaches, which means it's got lots of appeal if you're someone who loves the natural world. Most visitors start in the capital, San Jose. On this holiday, you move on quickly, and moving on is what this trip's all about. I'm going to be travelling coast to coast from the North Caribbean rainforests through to the cloud forests of Monteverde and then down to the central Pacific coast. But first stop, Tortuguero. Now, Tortuguero means land of the turtle in Spanish, and during the summer months, 4 different types of turtle come and nest on this beach, and I'm absolutely gutted that that's not now, because I love turtles. Still, there's a whole rainforest to explore. The canals here are home to countless mammals, birds and reptiles, and immediately we spotted our first monkey.
The Central American spider monkey.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's hanging now. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, just to the right of that.
Yeah.
It's a large male iguana.
It is large.
Yeah.
Everything here is just big.
Very.
My guide is Luis, and he'll be with me for the whole trip. A great bonus on a tailor-made holiday like this. Wow! Hey! Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, that's Paquira aquatica.
There's just so much out here. It's lush. It seems to be teeming with life. Don't want to fall in with a crocodile. The lodge I'm staying in is right on the river, and you've got to watch out for crocs in the garden. But that's not the main problem. Humid is about the driest word I can find to describe Tortuguero. It gets 6 meters of rain here every year. And the rooms have no air conditioning. But they do have a system that seems to work. A fan and no windows, just mosquito netting. And believe me, you need those nets here. The mosquitoes are as big as elephants. If the tranquility of the canals is too placid, then how about some white water? Today's rapids are a mixture of Class 1 through to Class 4. Now, Class 1 is fairly flat. Class 6 is completely unnavigable. You can't get down it. So I'd say I'm medium frightened of Class 4. What can I say about this, except expect to get wet. Very wet. It's said that the canyons of the Macquarie River are among the most spectacular in the tropics. There's lots of travelling on this trip, and by many different methods. Next stop, the cloud forests of Monteverde. So, Lewis, what exactly is cloud forest?
Cloud forest is a high elevation. Over 1,500 meters become cloud forest.
That means you're actually standing in the clouds. Is it normally this wet?
Yes, normally it's wet.
But Luis's main objective is to find me the elusive quetzal. What is a quetzal?
Okay. Quetzal is one of the most beautiful birds that we have in Central America. We have a small population here in Costa Rica, and that's one of the reasons that the people come here to Monteverde.
Do you think we'll see one?
Hopefully. Well,
do they like the rain? I really, really hope they do. Now, in this reserve, there's an estimated 2,500 different species of plants, over 100 different types of mammals, 120 different types of amphibians and reptiles, over 400 different types of birds, and 490 different types of butterflies. And we've seen absolutely nothing, because it's chucking it down. And what's more, we never did find that quetzal. The Monteverde Lodge is on the edge of the cloud forest and prides itself on its eco-sensitivity. Well, although apart from its construction, there wasn't much evidence of this. The design of the window in the rooms makes you feel like you're actually in the forest. At least it's dry this side of the glass. There's even a jacuzzi, solar heated like all the water here, but I bet it's not too hot today. In the evenings, everyone gathers in the warm bar and talk is of the day's activities. The food here is very good, though it's an international menu with not much local flavour. Roads are generally of poor quality, so what looks like a short distance on the map can take several long and dusty hours. Right, I started my trip over here on the Caribbean coast, and I'm now down here at the Carrara National Reserve on the Pacific coast.
Beautiful view.
That's amazing. And even more amazing, the brightly coloured macaws, though only for a fleeting glimpse.
There's only less than 200 couples left in this country.
Yeah.
They used to hunt them a lot for pet.
Look at the ants here, the tiny little ants.
Leafcutter ants.
Leafcutter ants. This trail is 1.5 miles long, linked by suspended bridges hanging over the canopy. Looks fairly solid.
And it's very safe.
The drop, how far down?
This? 75 meters.
Oh, wow. There are 5 bridges ranging in length from 45 to 110 metres. And by the way, I'd suggest staying at home if you don't like heights. Well, that's it. I've travelled coast to coast across Costa Rica. I'm now going to dip my toes in the Pacific. We had such bad luck with the weather on that trip. There was one point when we actually had to hairdryer the inside of the camera to make it work again. Very technical. Now, Costa Rica's eco-credentials have been boosted by the fact that their army was abolished in 1948. And supposedly all the savings from not having an army have been diverted towards protecting the environment. Now, if you want to go on holiday, yet you don't like the idea of leaving home, the answer is simple. Well, if that has whet your appetite, you may be interested to learn that National Camping and Caravanning Week takes place between the 29th of May and the 4th of June this year. And I wonder if Mark's going to be there, because he seemed to quite like it. Well, that's all from me for today. We'll be announcing the competition winner any second now, so good luck with that. And I'll see you tomorrow.